Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to John Olive's Fifth Quarter Show. John Gray here with Coach John Olive, and we are in the studio this morning after a long, arduous trip to Tyner on the other side of Chattanooga, Coach, and it was a hard ball game.
Well, you know, I'm sure it was hard for everybody in the stands. We had a good crowd there, and we didn't play very well. Tyner's a good football team. You'll see when they start the first quarter that they are absolutely physically taking it to us, and then we get a turnover, get the ball back, and we can't move it at all. I mean, there are people in our backfield left and right, and then we end up punting the ball back to them, and here they come right back down the field again. And I knew that it was a tough situation. It was a tough week for us. We had several losses, personnel-wise, injury-wise, all of them at the same areas. But I sensed other things, earlier in the week. We were real loose, and I just think that one of the combinations of playing Columbia, big district game, Coffee County, big inter-county game, and then playing Lincoln County, which is another big district game, that we were relieved. We'd made it through that three-game run, but we've been, even when we win, we've been winning ugly.
Right.
Last night we were just ugly. I mean,
they were fast, big.
They were fast. They're big.
I think they had one
dwarf
guy.
us, and but anyway, Coach Tyner, he's been there a long time. They've had an outstanding program over the years, and last year we knew they were a young team.
Right.
They've got everybody back. I think he lost 4 kids off that football team last year, and they looked like they were a year older and more veteran as physically. As one of my coaches said before the ball game, says they passed the look test.
Right.
And he says they look better in person than they did on film.
Yeah. There were some athletes on the field. That's
they
fact.
did. So anyway, we don't play very good. They play real well though, and even if we'd played well, considering how ugly we've been playing throughout the first of the year, my guess is Tyner still wins that ball game.
Well, and like you said, we had some injuries last week, and we had people playing in positions that they normally don't play.
That's correct.
Playing both sides of the ball, so you've not got the rest that you have sometimes, and they're just a good football team. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the first quarter of Tullahoma versus Tyner.
Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities.
Since 1917, Builder Supply has been the place to go for all your building materials. It's where the contractors have shopped for years. Builder Supply stocks quality Benjamin Moore paint, Temco shingles, case knives, DeWalt, Stanley, and Makita tools, Peachtree's Southern Rose and Sun windows, Trader's grills, Quickset locks, General Shell brick, Yellow wood, and pass load nail guns and nails. Experienced salespeople are there to help you find the right products for your job. So when you're ready to build, whether large or small, think Builder Supply. 301 South Atlantic Street in Tullahoma.
It's football time in Tennessee. Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family, where we're ready for another great season. The name you've trusted for over 30 years and home of the million-mile warranty. Stop by one of our 4 locations and catch that next great deal. Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Chevrolet GMC, Ford and Mercury in Winchester, and Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. My question is, why buy anywhere else?
see it in his swag, how we walk, how we talk.
A lot can change in 2 years, but not everything has to. With the Charter Price Guarantee, lock in low rates for 2 years, because sometimes it's nice to know what's on the road ahead.
Captains last night, number 57 on your left as you look at the screen is Tyler Hill. And you're having a hard time seeing the next guy because he keeps getting blocked by the Tyner people, but that's Anthony Piccinini, number 35. The next captain is number 86, Jonathan Floyd. And then the captain closest to the official with the white hat on is number 15, Cody Morton. And we're going to end up winning the toss, and we'll defer to the second half, as we did last week.
Yes, Big 78's blocking out our biggest guy. You can't even see him back there.
No. And he's not the biggest of their big.
No.
70's bigger than 78, 74. But they're all three. 70's definitely the biggest guy. That may be 70. I can't see this morning.
I can't either.
Can't tell whether that's 78 or 70. That number 4 that you're looking at there just puts you a little bit of relationship. Now, 4 is not very tall. He's only about 5'10 or so, 5'9", but he's about 255 pounds.
My goodness.
And
fast.
Yeah, we knew he was a really outstanding player. We had a really, really good center last year in Luke Frederick. Mm-hmm. Luke told me that was the best guy he played against all year long. Cody gets the ball to the end zone as it crosses the end line. And they're going to open up running an ISO right here. And story of the night is they fall forward the vast majority of the time. And this is the way basically they play, methodical, and then, they're a tough, hard-nosed team. A lot of times when you got really skilled teams, they're not tough and hard-nosed. They're wanting to outflank you and so forth, but this bunch likes running right at you, and then they will break one from time to time. Trevor Denny there makes a big play.
Now he has a new number on.
He does. Trevor's playing in 68, and Joe London's playing in 55, as both of them are trying to help us in the offensive line, where offensive and defensive lines, we've been decimated. And we're actually starting 4 defensive ends across the front right there, as we have been hit by sickness and injury bugs, etc., all in the same area. Mm-hmm. And so pretty good job there. We just need to make the tackle. Cody Michaels, first guy there, and hold him to a short gain. And they just run a little slip play, and that's Cody Michael again. That's what hit him in his legs, because it's where you want to hit 45. Again, not real tall, but thick. Pretty good job there. Quarterback chooses to pull it down as they had a flood route on. And comes you sweep and don't play it terrible there. We just, again, we're throwing him forward for 3 yards instead of pushing him backwards or holding him neutral.
Yeah, they're running downhill every
This
time.
is a good play right here. Cody Michael. It looks like they're about to get a big play, and Van Williams and Cody Michael close on it. And trying to throw deep there, and I thought Brandon Koch was going to get an interception. But we miss it, and they come back and run the reverse again, and this time Zane Price does a great job along with Van Williams. And we've got them in 3rd and long, and defense is going to make a big play right here. Trevor Denny's going to tip the pass, and Jonathan Floyd's going to intercept it. And so, and when we watched videotape on them, that was the biggest thing that we saw, that they would always have one or two plays in a drive. If you could make them just have to drive the ball, that they would misfunction. Now, we're expecting them to be playing man-to-man. You know, back when we agreed to play Tyner, everybody said, Coach Turner's been down there for 20-something years, said, hey, 5 front, man-to-man. And so we had prepared for man-to-man stuff, and lo and behold, if they don't come out playing a zone. And so all that shifting and moving, we were expecting, what we were trying to do is create mismatches and get them confused and so forth. And so anyway, long story short, those first 3 plays that we had kind of scripted out really wasn't what we wanted to be doing against that look. And Justin, under duress, throws the ball away twice, and then we're not able to pitch and catch there, and we wouldn't have had the first down anyway.
And got a good roll on that one.
Yes. And I'm glad we got some rolls last night. It was not Cody's best night at punting. But at the same time,
they were getting back on him pretty quickly.
They were, and they do, you know, they got 5 guys that they're turning loose and bringing them, and it's not 5 slow guys. You know, it's 5 that can get back there. And Cody, I thought, did a really good job, because our snaps were not the best that they've been. You know, it was just one of those things where I don't think any of us were having a very good night, including myself. And here, we're fortunate he lost his footing trying to make the catch there. And, you know, and that was one of the things. There were things that I would see us do last night that we know better, we know not to do, and I just think we just didn't get ready to play. And
it's a 1st and 10, Tyner Rams.
And that's, you know, what I've got to have us ready next week.
They're a grinding football team. They're 4 or 5 yards, and then, but when that, you know, every 6th or 8th play, they hit that hole and they pop one for 10 or 15.
That's correct.
And, you know, they march down the field.
When I talked with Coach Turner a couple of weeks ago, he and I were talking about some things, and he told me that he did not have as many linemen as he thought he would have. He says, I've got good linemen. He says, I like my linemen. But he says, Coach, skill player-wise, I probably got 5 to 7 more skill players than I had last year. He said, I could go down at least 2 deep at every skill position. And, for instance, they've been playing 3 quarterbacks all throughout the first half of the season. They've had 3 quarterbacks rolling in and out of there, and all 3 of them are effective.
And, you know, after last night, they're a 4-1 football team.
That's correct. And they're ranked number 7 in the state. And they didn't do anything to.
We didn't affect that ranking.
No. So we open up here. We actually saw McCauley have success running a play very similar to this, and so we try it, and we get first down there, and we come back to it again, and we make yardage, but it's all because right there on that one, Trey got that pretty much on his own, as there were maroon shirts from the get-go. And then here, not necessarily Cole Potter's fault there. We didn't have but 10 people on the field, and Cole was coming off the field, and we were just trying to get him back on and get him lined up. So anyway, we get caught with 2 men in motion. We get to do that above the border, but not below it here. Up in Canada, you can have 2 in motion. Here, we're trying to sneak Zane out, and not able to do it. And Justin's trying to just get rid of the football, and we get a grounding penalty there. And so anyway,
didn't make any difference whether he's outside the tackle box.
No, there is no tackle box in high school football. And I hear more people talk about things like that, and it can even be, that you and I were talking about Thursday Night Lights there a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hear their commentators. Well, he's outside the tackle box, and I'm sitting there thinking,
this
guys,
is
this is high school football. There's no such thing as a tackle box, other than the clip zone rule. That's the only thing the tackle box means in high school football. It has nothing to do with throwing the football. Good job there. That was young linebacker Aaron Gray making the tackle, and
Aaron was gone for a couple of weeks. He had an injury.
About 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks. Good to see him back on the field.
And I think the cast is supposed to come off next week. So
I made a little talk Fran and I did before the Coffee County game, and I lettered as a sophomore, and was the only sophomore to letter and that year. And I know the reason why is I had broken this thumb, and I had a cast on that arm, and for some reason that gave me security as it was like a club. I had a club that nobody else had,
and probably didn't even have to pad it up. Didn't
have to pad them up or anything. Just played with it, and. I guess that's probably the reason that broken thumb's probably the reason I did as well as I did. It's sort of like what is that one of those movies where there's some kind of animal's got an arm about that big around, uses for a club. That was me. So the Gray boys are playing with cast on, and that's all right. That's all right. But what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to go and take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with the second quarter, Tullahoma versus Tyner.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Clayton has been Tullahoma's family shoe store for over 100 years with a reputation for fashion and personal service. And the tradition continues today. Stop by Clayton and see our large selection of fine shoes.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Unlike all the rest, Southern Community Bank will provide you with a different banking experience because you are our first priority. Our services are intuitive. Our team is friendly. Our approach is refreshing. Our support to the community is unwavering. And our service is clearly unique. We offer accounts that make banking simple and hassle-free with all the conveniences you want and need most. Call Southern Community Bank and experience the bank that is unlike all the rest.
Hey football fans, I'm Miss Tennessee 2012, Chandler Lawson, and spokesperson for Second Harvest Food Bank of Middle Tennessee. 1 in 4 Tennessee children don't know where their next meal is coming from, and often their struggles are silenced. In Tullahoma, 5 Loaves for Kids sees that need and ensures that hundreds of students are fed each weekend. But that wouldn't happen without dedicated volunteers and generous contributions. So tonight, I'm asking you to contribute to the fight against child hunger. Please visit www.5loavesforkidscharity.com to lend your voice.
Spots.
Open up the second quarter. Tyner's got the football. And we were in pretty good shape there, and the quarterback ends up having to throw the football away. Big third down. And not bad. And able to make them punt the football back to us. And he punts it over our head. He's what I call a scatter punter. You just never know how he's going to punt the football. So instead of getting the ball in relatively good field position, we take over at our own 12. And we try play action pass and not able to get it off, take a sack, and trying to find some daylight in there, but there's just not much daylight to be found.
No, there's not.
And got two receivers behind them, and just a tad long. You know, a play like that may have turned it around for us a little bit, gave us some momentum. It would definitely given us some field position.
Right.
We could have. And we don't miss 3 or 4 times. We just miss. We're just not clicking on all cylinders. And so they don't get the ball in great field position, and I thought our defense fought pretty hard right here.
Ball carrier number 4.
That's the big boy. It weighs about 255 right there.
You know, one thing I noticed is and not that teams don't play hard every play, but you know, when you're playing these guys, every time they're touching the ball, it's a potential big play.
I think a lot of that
keeps you in a stressful situation all the time.
And I mean, we've played well right here, and we get the big fumble recovery by Van Williams, and I thought that was huge. I thought, all right, we've got a chance right here. We've held them right there, and they continue to make some mistakes. All 3 drives, all 3 times they've had the ball, we've gotten 2 turnovers, or we had a chance at a turnover on the one drive that they scored on the pass interception again, 2 times, and just not able to do it. And so, and then here we're going to fumble the football as we get hit from behind, and a lot I would have had to do. I'm telling you, the speed of the game. You know, things for Justin, things have normally been slow for him this year as far as being able to see. The game slows down for him. And last night the game was really fast.
Right.
And so anyway, we find ourselves trailing 14-0. And I'd like to say we can kind of put the brakes on here, but we can't. And it goes from bad to worse as we go through the rest of this quarter. And again, Justin's under duress and gets around and away from him. And good job by Zane Price coming back and making a block there, helping his quarterback out, trying to run Trey, but we can't get off those big linemen and get to the linebackers at all.
Right.
And it's not the same defensive lineman that whips us, but it is there's always one coming through.
Right.
And so it just makes it to where we can get no consistency at all on the offensive side of the ball right now.
And from the quarterback standpoint, with that type of penetration, it's just really hard, and speed, it's hard to make a read. You know, I mean, it's easy to look at it now and see, well, you should have done this or you should have done that.
A lot harder when they're out there coming at your face.
Yeah, when it's happening, that's not an easy thing to do.
And good throw and catch by them.
They didn't throw the ball much.
No, they're not a big-time throwing team.
Of course, with that, you don't need to be.
That's where you get your big plays from. So they get a big run, then they get the 15-yard penalty for the face mask penalty, and so anyway, I mean, it's just one thing after another here, and it is what it is. We're getting ready to be treated like that old bad dog that somebody beats every time it sticks his head out from underneath the porch. I don't know, Here, we play, I mean, we're there, and we just don't tackle the guy. I mean, that's not anywhere near what the play is designed to be. And so we find ourselves down 20-0, and I'm just thinking, boy, can we get to halftime? Is there anything that we can build on? I'd love to score, to just try to get a little momentum going in at halftime and so forth. And we've got decent field position. We're out beyond the 40. And you can just, I
mean, they're waiting on that. They're waiting on all of it. They've got somebody sitting everywhere waiting on it.
And, we're just one of those nights. And so we've got a big third down now, and, we're not going to be able to make anything, and so we're going to end up having to punt the ball back to them, and that just means more bad things for us. Yeah. Because right now they're
bad snap.
Yeah, had a bad snap, but we get a good roll right there, and Cody did a good job just scooping the ball up and getting it out of there before the guy got back there to block it. And 71 yards away, but it won't take them very long to go 71 yards. They miss on the halfback pass here, and we're going to get them into a third down situation, and they're going to come back to the halfback pass, but this time throw it back to the quarterback. There's their style isolation, and host of Wildcats there on the tackle. Big third down right here. And here comes the quarterback running right back at you, and they throw it back to him. And we don't have anybody close. And now, tackle me if you can. And finally, Dalton Cox is going to grab hold of him and take him down. And they've gone from 71 yards away from their goal to now they're 25 yards away from their goal. Joseph London tripping up the back. And here they go.
Okay, number 2, Willie Stewart looks like he's ready for the corner, and he's brought down inside the 5-yard line. And
they just cave us down and kick us out. I'm sure Franklin County's licking their chops because that's one of their base plays.
Right.
And here, I thought we had him in the backfield. And we end up reaching and grabbing for air. And they missed the PAT, and, we just want to get to the locker room.
Bang.
I really thought we probably had negative yards at halftime. We couldn't have been much over 0. And so we go to halftime. We know it's a bad night. We know it's a rough night. And now you just got to ask, how much pride do you have? How much personal pride, how much pride do we have in being a team? And see if we'll come back out and battle a little bit better in the second half.
All right. Well, what we'll do right now is we'll go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll go to the band.
Hello, Trent McNabb here, welcoming you to the brand new showroom at Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac in Tullahoma. And here's something they don't have across town. Come check out our brand new state-of-the-art service drive.
Hello, Trey McNabb here, General Manager of Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep. You've seen my little brother on TV. I taught him everything he knows, except how to give you more money for your car. Come see me.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force. Serving Tullahoma.
helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
To be a star athlete, you have to use the right equipment. Anything short of that is, well, ineffective. Make Top Rehab the best tool in your bag, especially after you've had a sports-related injury. Yes, you may get tired. Yes, you may get uncomfortable. But when the final rehab whistle blows, you get results. Top Rehab, the right equipment for your star athletes.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
both alike in dignity, in fair barometer, they are seen. From ancient grudge, great to new, where civil blood makes civil ends come. From the fourth of a faded loins of these twofold, a perilous arm on blood, hated the mind.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
Hello, I'm Jim Woodard from Woodard's Diamond Showroom. Some think that since we're a single store operation, we don't have the buying power of the mega chain or department stores. Woodard's is a part of the Master IJO Jewelers, the world's largest jewelry buying group. This gives us the power of $800 million in sales. You get the best of both worlds, the buying power of a major with the customer service of a hometown jeweler. Woodard's Diamond Showroom inside Northgate Mall of Tullahoma.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, Family Practice Dentistry for 29 years.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Here we go.
We open up receiving the football, and Trey does a good job there, and he's going to get the ball out to close to the 50-yard line. And we take over in good field position. We've tried to make a few adjustments here. Try to understand what they're doing to us. We hit Riley Darden there, and Riley catches it and makes good yardage, picks up the first down. And we're going to try to run Trey right here on the draw play, and we pick up 3 or 4. And come back, and if you'll notice, everything we're doing off play action. We're trying to do everything we can to at least make those linemen break for a second to figure out where the football is. And we hit Cole Potter behind them, and Cole gets into the end zone for the only touchdown for the Wildcats on the night. And we're able to score here, and Trevor Denny snapping to Caleb Olive, Cody Morton putting it through, and we have finally scored 7 points and did it in less than 2 minutes.
All right.
And a good kickoff return by the kickoff return team. Offense scores in just a few plays, and so you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, maybe, just maybe, some good things are going to happen. Robert Collier there on the tackle, and I'm so thankful that he made it, because I was beginning to think the guy was getting ready to get in a foot race, and I didn't want to be in a foot race with him. Shamar Smith on the tackle there, but boy, he's just dragging us.
Drags a pile with him.
And here comes the sweep, and we can't get off blocks, and they are just knocking us backwards, and they get the first down.
They just glide when they go through there. It's a good. That's what a good athlete will do. When they see that hole, they just glide. They're just following that blocking. And
I believe Alex Kaderi made the stop there for a short gain, and we're all over him. Come on, let's get him down. Not bad. That's pretty good defense right there. And big third down play. Big. And they're going to run a little counter there, and boy, we just, don't have anybody to set the corner there, and So now it's 4th and short, and they'll give the ball to 45 here, and he'll get the first down.
That's hard to stop right there.
Then here comes a double reverse. I thought we had him back there. Yeah, I thought we had him in the backfield, and thought we had him there and there and there and then you know, it's a touchdown, and so we go from cut and score 26-7, thinking, okay, you know, if we can just get a stop right here and get the ball back and score, we might be able to make a ball game of this. And then they come back and score, so you pretty much know that, all right, you know, we just got to play for pride.
Right.
And, again, good kickoff return. And probably that was the one bright spot on the night for us. Our kickoff return did get better. That's the last one on the night for us. But come back here, and we hit Cole Potter again. And he picks up short gain. Try the draw play again, just trying to keep them honest, and keeps them honest, all right.
Yeah, they're honest.
7 off.
They were right there.
Right, they're all over it. And so I'm getting to the point of saying, well, don't guess we need to try to run any more draws. Riley Darden, way to dig it out right there. Makes the catch. And we got one behind them for a touchdown, and we just can't pitch and catch. And, you know, it's just a lot easier if you've worked on that during the week, and I'm being very honest here. You know, we did not expect them to play any zone. They didn't play any zone against us last year. Everybody we talked to says they don't play man-to-man. I went back and looked at videotapes from 20 years ago. They played us man-to-man.
Man-to-man, yeah.
And so now we're having to go to some zone concept stuff, and we just miss. We miss some people that we've hit earlier in the year and so forth, but that's because we worked on it that week in practice.
Right.
And now you're just trying to go back and say, all right, remember when we played so-and-so, us running this play and so forth. Good pitch and catch there from Justin to Riley. Try the draw play again. And just trying to keep them honest where they just don't pin their ears back and come after
These guys
Justin.
are huge.
And number 4, I'm telling you, he's a football player. And you saw how fast he just went by our center just then. And Justin just trying to get the ball out, and we're going to come back right
Long
here.
And
I thought we had an opportunity here. He does a great job on his read and is picking his way through there. And, you know, we're down to the 3-yard line, but we don't hang on to the football. And, you know, I'm sitting there on the sideline saying, well, it's just one of those nights.
Yeah.
They're just not going to be able to do anything exactly the way we wanted. Austin Shahan there makes the tackle for a short gain. Here comes a counter trap. Play that we've been hurt with several times, but Dalton Cox sitting there waiting on that one. And so we've got them in 3rd and long. Here comes number 7, and he just picks and weaves, what I call it. They just, you know, they bob up in there.
How much does Jacob Pearson weigh?
Jacob's a 300-pounder.
Well, that other boy knocked him down like he was a lightweight just a minute ago.
The biggest thing that you notice, and not all they're big kids, okay, I don't want to misrepresent. They've got some big kids that struggle with their feet and all too. But, for instance, take that right tackle right there, number 78, I think is what his number was. Look at the size of his legs down where they connect to his feet. You can see, well, you can't see him now, he's blocked by the tight end. And then look at our big kids, and I'm just telling you, that's a difference in athletic ability. That leads to balance, that leads to quicker feet. And they've got 2 kids that, if they so choose to work hard enough, those 2 kids can go play at the next level because they've got good feet, and they've got great size.
Right.
Now, you know, whether they want it enough, whether they academically do things. I have no idea.
Right.
I just know that they've got the tools that the people on the next level look for. And it's those little ankles on those 300-pound bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't happen ordinarily.
No,
ordinarily, you have what we call fat ankles on a 300-pound body.
Right. Speaking about big stuff, look right here. We want to thank Rick Gerwe and the folks at Mid-South Distributing for being our water sponsor. And this is the cue. When you need to hydrate, you get you some of this white quartz water. It's great stuff. We appreciate Rick Gerwe and his family for all they've done for the Tullahoma High School football program. And we want you to go to the Donut Palace. If you need something a little bit sweet to eat, go see Mio Mayo over at the Donut Palace, and they'll fix you right up. Now, let's go to a couple more commercial messages.
They say you see the world differently. It's like you see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. That's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart has more locations than anyone in the state, giving more heart patients a new lease on life. For more than 40 years, they've been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on.
Do you need a part for your car that the dealer just wants too much money for? Well, bring your toolbox and pull the part yourself for huge savings at the CFC Auto Salvage Pick and Pull on Highway 55 between Tullahoma and Manchester. No walking through waist-high weeds here. All of our vehicles are located in our graveled parking lot, up on blocks with room to work. We stock hundreds of cars and trucks, foreign and domestic, new and old, with new vehicles added weekly. You can even search our entire vehicle inventory online. And if your old vehicle gives up the ghost, bring it by. We offer top dollar for your salvage vehicle. Open to the public 7 days a week until 6:30 or until dark, so there's plenty of time to come by. That's CFC Auto Salvage Pick and Pull.
The Wash Spot on North Jackson Street in Tullahoma is your new state-of-the-art high-tech express tunnel car wash that gets your car clean quickly and beautifully. We have 4 washes available, from the $6 express wash to the $12 Supreme Clean, featuring DuraShield Total Car Protectant. Just pick your wash and let the express tunnel wash leave the dirt behind. After the wash, you can help yourself to one of the free vacuums. Come by 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to get the best wash in town at a great price. We're located at 2180 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma. The Wash Spot, locally owned and operated.
Life moves fast, but on the internet, it moves at super speed. Like the awesome video that was posted last night. Today it'll be shared, then adored, then parodied, then overexposed. And by tomorrow morning, rediscovered by a whole new generation of users.
Download faster, upload faster, stream faster, and experience life at the speed of internet with high-speed Charter Internet.
Tyner opens up with the football. Zane Price on the tackle. But only after they've gained good yardage. And it's beginning to look like Jonathan Stovall there on the tackle. It's beginning to look like that they're getting ready to put another one on the board here. But our defense will respond. And
there you go.
Good play by Dalton, and Jonathan Stovall got hurt right there on that play. Is 22, a little wide receiver, but towered over Jonathan, just absolutely cleaned his clock there just then. Dalton Cox again makes the stop, and defense is bowing us back up, which is good because it was already a tough score, and it looked like it was going to get even more embarrassing. And Dalton Cox makes his 3rd straight tackle. And Dalton Cox makes his 4th straight tackle. And, we just, we
just
put a
little bit late figuring it out.
We put a lot on Dalton this year. We've been talking about that as coaches. What can we do to get him back to playing just like he did on those last 4 plays? And anyway, it's just not sometimes you put too much on him.
He's a coach on the field.
He is, and sometimes we put too much on him. And so anyway, throw there to Caleb Olive, and Caleb gets it down inside the 40.
Big first down.
Big first down. Give us a chance here. And, you know, we talked about it, pulling out some kids and letting the younger quarterbacks play and stuff. And I guess if we'd have scored right here, we would have done it on the next series.
Right. I was curious. I couldn't tell how far down there we were, but that ball went to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, we're right outside the 5, and we'll get it inside the 5 here on this play as Justin's going to keep it. And he's now down to the 3, and I thought we could punch it on in, but I thought wrong.
Big boys aren't going to let you in there.
No. Should have called a pass play right here and didn't. I just thought we had a chance to punch it in, and we blow the blocking there and turn a guy free, so that makes it hard to get in the end zone if you don't block them. And then here we don't come back, and you know we're not moving them. There's no place to go right there.
Yeah.
And so now, 4th down, I will try a little pass play, and the guy we thought would be open wasn't. Everybody else was. And
he's sacked. Let's give it up for that Ryan defense.
Nose guard makes the play, number 4. And so anyway, now we just need to finish the game out.
Not get anybody hurt.
Right. And we'll play some other people here as we go through the rest of this quarter.
Look at that 70. He's a mountain.
Cody Michael, the first one there in his legs. And that's one thing about Cody. He has learned to tackle in the legs. These backs, it's hard for them to get any leg drive if you're in their legs. Cody Michael and Aaron Gray on the tackle. But they get a first down, so they'll get another set of downs here. And ball comes out, Dalton Cox, and that's the 3rd turnover for the defense. The defense, you know, has made some plays for us offensively, though we just didn't help the defense at all.
We couldn't get there.
No.
Just
hit Zane Price, but his knee's on the ground, so we don't get any extra yards, but we do pick up about 5. And probably got a little impatient right here, and here we are trying to go back to it again and throw it to our fastest guy down that sideline, and we're just not close. And we couldn't outrun the corner either, so now we're going to come back and try to pick up the first down on the other side, and we get a motion penalty, so we back up and
go again.
And
just can't pitch and catch.
No, but we've got a good mixture of sophomores out on the field right now, and some other backups in there,
and Dalton.
Dalton's still on the field. I thought we finally took him out here later on in this game, but he's still in there. There comes their isolation play, and Riley Darden makes the final tackle of the game, and the ball game's over. And you know, long trip for us. Didn't really play very well, and you know, Not sure. It's one of these games. I guess it bothers you, but you got to just get rid of it. And you got to get ready.
It doesn't affect our standings in the district. Other than if I guess at some point you might get to a thing to where
tiebreaker situation.
Wins and losses might make a difference, but
we just gotta,
3-3.
Pull ourselves together. We got a good Franklin County team coming to town.
Homecoming this coming weekend.
Yeah, and as soon as we've played Franklin County for the last 4 years during final exam week. And I was so relieved to get Franklin County off our final exam week because the TSSAA didn't move their calendar, but our school board moved our calendar. And so everything falls a week later. And when I saw that, I thought, well,
this is good.
Good thing about it, we got to play through the fall break this year. We won't have an open week during fall break. Our open week will be on final exam week, so at least our kids can get a little studying in.
Right.
And I really just thought, okay, we finally don't have to play them on a final exam week. And lo and behold, if we don't name Franklin County as homecoming week. So I think I'd rather had final exam week.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and and that's what we talked about last night. Guys,
get ready for it.
You got to get ready to play. You cannot get caught up in all the homecoming festivities and I don't want to take all the fun out of homecoming for them.
Sure.
It is a neat thing. It's a neat experience at the high school level. But if we don't get ready to play, we'll have a repeat next Friday night. And we cannot afford to not be ready to play mentally, emotionally, and physically.
Right.
That's going to be crucial.
Because they are in our district.
They are in our district. They're tied for the lead in the district with Columbia. They're 2-0 in the district, 4-1 on the year. We've got to
play ball.
Be ready to play. Colton Nunley, I don't know how many yards he's got against us over the last 2 years, but my calculator broke when I was trying to figure it out. Wells is the other senior running back, right. And they got a couple other kids that have done well for them this year. We'll have our hands full, and I'm sure they feel like it's their year to get us, and I'd feel that way. They're a senior leading team,
right?
And,
right.
And we got to battle. We got to find ways to battle, and it ought to be a great atmosphere next Friday night. And hopefully our football team will give a great team effort. And that's
hope you
what
have
I
a good practice
them.
week this week.
Well, I'd just like to have an injury-free practice week. Losing Nick Gagnier really hurt us, and we've probably lost him for the year as he suffered a knee injury there in practice. And we're hoping that Kelton Hickerson will be back, but there's no guarantees that Kelton will be back this week.
He said he would be.
We've got.
If he gets to make the decision, he will
right.
be.
And, that's two major cogs in the line. And we had some guys having to play both ways for the first time last night. That didn't work out very good because they're not in condition to do that.
Right.
That's something that you have to work.
Yes.
And so we'll continue to, try to come up with a way to. It just hurt. All the problems we had were located at interior line play, both offensively and defensively, and that was the toughest thing about it for us last night, is that we had so many players that now they've been in rotations with people, whether they were two-way starters or just one-way starters. As I said there, when that game opened up, we had our 4 defensive ends that have been playing this year. All 4 of them are starting across the 4 slots of the defensive line, and that just now all of a sudden I don't get that blow that I normally do. And 2 of those guys were going both ways for the first time at new positions, and for the we haven't had major leg cramp problems this year. It was not super hot last night by any means.
Good
it
weather.
was a beautiful night, but we're having cramp problems because all of a sudden we've got kids who play hard, trying to go both ways, and And so anyway, we've got to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out what we can do.
So we're a 3-3 football team right now. We have homecoming this week with Franklin County. Then we have to look forward to playing Shelbyville.
Right. We get an open date after Franklin County. Then we'll go to Shelbyville. Shelbyville is kind of in a tailspin right now. I'm sure they're scratching their heads a little bit if the score I saw last night was correct. Sometimes you have high expectations and things don't go quite that way you want, and kind of test who you are.
Right,
and I think that's where they kind of are right now, and I'm sure that they've got plenty of athletes, so I'm sure that Coach Hardy will get that turned back around, and we obviously are always a big ball game for them. And then we go to Warren County, which will be back outside the district, and they're struggling.
I think Moore County beat them pretty handily last night.
They did, and Coach Johnson's a good man, and I know that they scheduled some people that they thought they would be more competitive against. But anyway, that's just a tough situation.
And then we have Lawrence County.
We end up Lawrence County here, and
we don't have to travel down there.
It sure would be nice to, it'd be nice to win them all from here on.
Right.
But coming up, these next two games, it'd be nice to go 2-0 against them. That'll be our goal. But if we split 1-1, we still give ourselves a chance for the postseason. Versus if we go 0-2, it's probably over.
Yeah.
We're going to play 4 more games and put the pads up for the year.
Okay. All right, folks, that's John Olive's fifth quarter show for this week. Don't forget it's homecoming week, and it's Franklin County here at our house this coming weekend, and look to see who the homecoming queen is. A lovely young lady by the name of Olive. We'll see you next week.